And welcome everybody. We're going to go to step number 1 of doing the body of the bag, and we're going to work on this checker part. And I'm just going to take you through rows today, and I'm going to take you through rows number 1 through 10 here on camera. So we'll get all that done. So first of all, what we need to do is that we need to figure out the yarn that we have. And so currently it's already still in OGO format. So we're going to need to release the yarn out, and we just have to determine what the colors are and then separate that out. So you're just gonna open it up, and remember that little tag that holds it, just release it. And then what you can do is that you can separate the colors by just putting your fingers in between the colors like so, and therefore you'll have pretty much close to where it changes. There it is right there. It's that easy. So what I want to do is that I want to separate the colors. I'm not going to get manic and do it. That's been my word of the day lately, but I'm not going to get manic and do it all at the same time. I'm going to do it as I go, so therefore I don't end up with a big mess. And so what I have to determine is what are my first colors to play with, and I'm going to have you look at the pattern in order to do that. So let's begin the first section. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is that I'm going to need to end the color that I was, and I want to save this OGO that we've been using. That's a solid. It's either black or in my case it's soft navy, and I'm just going to weave in off the ends. So anytime you want to weave in ends on this project, let's show you how to do it now. Slip it through a tapestry needle and favor the back side of the project. And how can I know that it's the back side? Then you can look at where the line is, that is the front loop here, or so we went in the front loop, this is the back loop, and this means that what I'm looking at is the back side of the project. Okay, so that's one way to tell. And you can always mark stuff with stitch markers if that's not so easy to notice. So let's just hide in this loose end, and then we're going to begin and look at the diagram in more detail on what we need to do for row number 1. So to begin, we're going to be starting here, and we're going to just read it across. And then at the end of the round, we're going to turn our work and come back in the opposite direction. So it's really critical because we're going to be playing with the two colors at the same time. So when it's not in use, this pink here is going to be carried underneath the stitches while the green is showcasing its beauty. And then once it changes back over, then it will be here. So you'll notice that it's in sets of 5. And that makes it nice and easy because it's 120 stitches all the way around. So what we need to do is that we need to get our two colors ready in order to play, and we need to start on the right side of the work. And how I can tell that is that if you look at the instructions, it states here in the main body with G with the right side. RS means right side facing up. So we need to make sure that we're looking at the good side of the project as we begin, and it says to follow the chart. So we're going to keep this chart pretty close, and we're going to begin then round number 1. So as I begin, what I like to do when I'm using two yarns at the same time is that I will put one, and I'm right-handed, I will put it up to my 11 o'clock position up here. And the other one I will keep to my 9 o'clock position here. And what happens is that when the two strands come to the project, they're not in the same line. So therefore you can just use your fingers to be able to bounce between the two. So if they're both in the same line like this, it makes it kind of harder to be able to separate. So keep one to your 11 o'clock. If you're left-handed, you might want one at 1 o'clock and the other at 3 o'clock. You decide. So let's get our right side facing up, and we can tell that by the line here. This is the outside and this is the beginning stitch. So let's follow the color sample as we see it, and let's get our pink ready. Now you can notice that the ball has more than one pink section, so if you run out of yarn, you're going to switch to another section of the OGO with the same coloring. We are going to be using both of the loops when we go to play, and what I'm recommending is just start off with a slip knot here, and I want you to get that other yarn ready for you as well. So we're going to start in the first stitch, and this will help us get established on our repeating going around. So let's put this onto the hook, and let's get our green ready to go because we're going to need it pretty immediately almost. And you want to put your into the first stitch here, right there. And before you finish, just put the green with it so that it's with it and it gets stuck underneath the stitch work. And you're going to do this as a standing single crochet because it's nicer to look at. So you're just going to wrap the hook, pull through. Okay, pull through the stitch. The green is still inside the stitch and pull through. So I want to carry the green on top of the line, and I'm also going to hide this pink in as I go as well. Noticing that the green is not tied down, I'll have to use a tapestry needle to hide that in later. So that was one of 5 stitches. So I'm going to come to the next one. So we say this is 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. Now in tapestry like this, what's going to happen is I can't finish with that, because then what happens is that the finished loop ends up becoming the house or the roof of the next stitch. So you have to drop your pink and you have to pick up your green to finish that stitch, and you want to pull through. Do you see that this here would be the roof of the next stitch? So the next 5 in a row will each be this green. So keeping the pink underneath the yarn, so underneath the stitch, so you do the next 5. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is going to go in, but we're not going to finish it. We're going to drop it, and you need to tug on the pink before you do anything. So tug on the pink to get rid of any loose slack, and that will tighten things up, and then you grab the pink and finish it. So if you don't tighten that pink up before you do that, then what happens is that it ends up being loose, and it will come loose in the future. So putting the green down on top of the line, the next 5 are each a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, you want to pull the green because you're about to switch to green, and it will get rid of any slack. And pull up the green, and then the next 5 are the green. So just make sure you keep going over top of these stragglers, okay, the loose ends, or sorry, the ends that you're carrying over. So I want you to go all the way around, bouncing between the 2 colors with 5 stitches each, and I'll be back in a moment. So as I'm coming all the way around, I have 5 stitches left. If you don't have 5, maybe you had 4, then just put 2 stitches into the same stitch in order to have the balance, because it's really critically important that you have that. If you, for example, had 6 stitches instead of 5 left, then I would do a 2 together single crochet in order to make that work. Make sure that you drag the yarn all the way with you to the end, drag that pink all the way, and finish the final here. And because we're going to be starting with green, we want to just continue to finish with green all the way. Okay, so you're going to do that and then attach it to the first stitch as the green, and then turn, and we're going to turn our work and do row number 2. Even though I'm pointing over here, number 2, it starts with this color when it's going around, so it's going back and forth and back and forth. So I've already turned my work upside down, and you can see that here's where the tail was. And so I want to do every stitch to match so that you can see that there's 5 green, 5 pink, and 5 green, etc. So this means that we're going to start off with the green. So let's get our green all ready. And this is the inside of the bag, if that helps you to know that. So you're going to chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in each of the greens that you have. So keep that pink with it, and just keep it and just carry it around. So when are you going to switch? Well, when you see the pink, obviously that's going to come up. So here's the last green. This is the 5th one. So we have to drop this color, grab the pink, finish it, and now the next 5 pinks are going to be pink. And this will keep the coloring to be consistent with each other, and you're going to do that every time. So the trick is just to be able to plan ahead, and on the last stitch before the color changeover, the final pull through is the opposite color to what you're working with. So I want you to do then, this is number 2, 3, and 4, the exact same way, and I'll be back in just a moment. At the end of round number 2, you are going to continue with just with the pink. Okay, so make sure that you have your 5, and you were just going to start with pink in the next round. So you want to continue all the way to the end. You want to join it to the first, the green one that you started with, like that. Then you turn your work and do row number 3. So the only difference is that you're starting and stopping with different colors than you were in the row below. So this, now we're turned to the good side again, and we're gonna get ourselves ready. And again, just continue with your pinks and your greens, and we have 2 more rows to do, so 3 and 4. I'll be back in a moment. So I'm now coming up to the end of number 4. Now the end of number 4, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna reverse the colors. So we're actually just finishing up number 4, and now we need to shift it so that the opposite color is over top of the other colors. So as I begin to do this in the very final, I'm going to do my last 4 just like you see. So just our last 5 just like you see. So hang on one second. So you're gonna go into the 5th stitch of the final color here, and you're gonna pull through. But what you have to do is you have to let it drop, and then you have to pick the opposite color up and finish it. So now that you pulled it through, what I want to recommend to you is that when we turn it around, we're going to be on the good side of the work. Take the straggler for the pink and pull it to the inside of your bag, and then go across and slip stitch to the first one with that color. Therefore, this will be on the inside of the bag, and you can clearly tell at this point on what is the good side and the wrong side of the bag. So as you begin this next round, you're just making everything opposite. So if you see 5 pink, it's going to be 5 green this time. So you just chain up 1, get that pink, and drag it along with you. I'm currently on my 2nd batch of these little Ogo pieces. So, and I will probably finish all 3 of the batches that we have. So I'm just going to continue along now, and I'm going to do now rounds number 5, 6, 7, and 8, just doing opposite to what you see. Okay, so once we get established here on round number 5, the colors will be shifted over in creating the checkerboard. And just like you did before, just drop it, grab the other color, and then use that to go over top of the one here. So we just have to concentrate on number 5 on getting the colors to shift on over. If you have anything like this where it seems like it's bothering you, you see that this has been off camera. Sometimes what I do is that I just reach in through a smaller crochet hook, and I just favor the back of the project to pull it backward a little bit. And this is the result of not pulling it tight enough when I did it. And so I just got to pull it back like that. You're good to go. And then it's on the back side of it. So if that bothers you, that's always your solution. So I'm going to leave this with you. Please do now 5, 6, 7, and 8 of this. And I will be back in just a moment to pick you up on round number 9. So I'm here at the end of number 8, and I'm just going to slip stitch with the green, and therefore this is done. I'm going to take care of all the loose ends at the end of this particular section, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. Okay, so I'm just going to fasten off this, and we got 2 more rounds to do with the color gold. And you will notice that when you did this, that you're getting really down to the minimal amounts of yarn that are left of the colors. So you want to be paying attention to that. You will not be using the same colors again, and you clearly can see that you don't have that ability anyway. So now you're going to turn your bag, and we're going to begin then rounds number 9 and 10 using the color gold. So rounds number 9 and 10 are just going to start off, and you can put it onto the hook, and you can create, make sure that you're using the right size hook. And we're going to begin on the first stitch, and you can do a standing single crochet. So you're just going to attach it and then pull through the 2, and that's a single crochet. That's called standing single crochet. So you're just going to apply 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and then when you get to the end of the round, you'll just slip stitch, and then you'll turn and go back in the opposite direction, and you're just doing this for 2 rounds of this color, and then that'll be done. I'll be back in a moment. So when you get around, you're just going to attach it. Make sure that you still have 120 stitches. Turn your work, and then you're going to come in the opposite direction. So just chain up 1, and then just continue along. So just go around again the second time of this color, and this will complete round number 10. Slip stitch and get rid of the yarn, and then what's going to happen is that I'll just quickly demonstrate on how to hide in the loose ends from that point. So I'm coming all the way around on the 10th round, and I'm just going to slip stitch it then to the beginning single crochet. So this is where it's going to end today, and I want to get rid of this yarn, and I'm going to use my tapestry needle to hide in any loose ends. So make sure that you favor the inside of the bag when you go to do that, and grab your tapestry needle and do it right. Because it's utilitarian in nature, you're going to want to put stuff in the bag. That's kind of what it's for. So you just want to just favor the inside of the bag. You can tell that I've been favoring the inside of the bag with all the loose ends so that I know exactly where it is. But I also can tell down here by just looking to where that line was, which is here. Okay. So I want you to continue now to weave in the ends, and I'll see you next time in the next video as we continue along and we do those chevron shapes in the next tutorial. I'll see you then, and we hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.